Hey YouTube, hope you've had a great start to your week. Tonight I'm happy to share with you a video that I've eagerly anticipated making for quite a while now. That is a video on my Texas Instruments TI-99 4A computer, which I got from a family friend as a hand-me-down when I was 8, all the way back in 2002. This was the first computer that I ever had, not the first one I used, and I remember spending plenty of time writing up simple programs, basic, and then even saving some of these to cassette tape. I got this with quite a few accessories, even the box that I'll point out here, with a 80s family doing stuff with it up on the left. And if you look on the bottom, it lists some of the cartridges that were available for the 99 4A at the time. Things like TI invaders, various, I guess, home management apps, simple education things. And I guess the ones that got my attention, that Terminal Emulator 2, and then Logo was definitely something I was interested in. Extended Basic, assembly program, and other stuff. Let's see if there's anything else fun on the box. Yeah, the same cartridges up on top, and then surprisingly good for a 40-something-year-old box. And then on the back, a picture of, I guess, what you really wanted to get with this, the peripheral expansion system there on the right, as well as the TI joysticks that here are not as good as Atari's. I mean, I guess that isn't that surprising. And then the acoustic coupler there on the left to connect to BBSs and so on. And again, you can see some examples of the TI-99 4A in use on the left and right. One thing I forgot about, and I've always really been interested in, but I never had, is this little box on the right of the TI-99 4A there. That is the speech synthesizer. It was possible to get your TI-99 4A to talk. I think they used to have a bunch of these at the Museum of Science and Industry, and I think some of them had the speech synthesizers so you could hear the synthesized voice. I remember this as late as the mid-2000s, seeing TI-99 4A still running in the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. I guess another thing to point out here is there is a video monitor on the box with excellent resolution. What is that excellent resolution? 256 by 192 dots and 24 lines of 28 to 40 characters. I guess, 40 by 16 is good enough for me, as you would get on the HP 95LX, but certainly, modern machines can do a lot better than that. Yeah, so that's just, I guess, some of the sorts of accessories that you want to get for this. Copyright TI 1982, so I guess this was a bit later than when these were first sold in the late 70s. And I'll just pull out a few more things that I had with my TI-99 from the box. Let's see, so I had, I guess I'm not going to bother showing the, you know what, I will show it. I'll show the cassette interface that I had, since that, I guess, was pre-built into the device and, has a DB9 female connector there. Let's see if I can get that in view. Use my hand to focus it a little bit better. Yeah, DB9 female connector, and then local, I guess you could control 2 cassette decks. Yeah, mono connections for the mic and speaker, and then for the, let me focus that in. See if I can get that focused there. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So mic and speaker, and then a remote control jack. Anywho, besides that, I did have a RF modulator that didn't take long to kind of crap out. It just has this sort of cruddy looking little attachment and this, what do you call that? What is that called? I used to know what that is. I guess that just lets you connect this to a coax jack, but I used this when I was using a TI-99 4A a long time ago, but since then I am very happy to note that a vintage computing friend of mine, John Holmes, sent me a composite cable so I can use a standard LCD TV, and you'll see that in action in a moment. Thank you very much, John, for sending me that. It's greatly appreciated, and I'm happy to credit you in this video here. Let's see, besides that I got, oh wow, this is interesting. Oh no, that's not for the TI-99 4A. An invoice for this hard disk I got for another project. Some of these, wow, that's stuck on there. Yes, some, you could put in a little key reference in here, but those are the rubber bands disintegrating, an addendum, some more information here, lots of information. And this was great. I remember using this book quite a bit, Beginner's Basic, Beginner's Guide to TI-99 Basic. That was a really nice book, and I of course had fun with different colors, you know, simple character graphics and things like that. And I have some programs that I wrote out on what would you call it, ruled paper on the inside there. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and set that aside, and let's see this thing actually running. Another thing I should point out is my TI-99 4A had more than just TI Basic. I did have one cartridge this came with, this personal record keeping cartridge. And I always, you know, really liked that mechanical keyboard. Mine was always functioning pretty well. I guess, let's see some other things. So yeah, so there are cartridges that go in here. I really should have invested in a final Grom 99 or something at some point. You know, maybe I will in the future. There is, let me just get some confirmation of this. The power supply, the AV connection goes in the back. In my case, the composite cable, the video connection goes in the back left. Then there is the power supply in the back right side. And then further beyond that is the tape recorder jack, DB9 male connector there, a joystick connection on the left side, and then there's an expansion port that you can flip up here, and I'll go ahead and show you that. Let's see if I can get that focused in. Yeah, so that's the expansion port into which you would put a, I guess, disk drive or a speech synthesizer and so on. I think there's now a TIPI, you know, TI Raspberry Pi interface that I think will plug in there. Anyway, so there's the cover, and then you know, gently slide that up and down. Nice dust cover there, and I'll go ahead and put that back. You might or might not be able to hear the buzzing in the background. There's a big switching power supply for this that has a pretty recognizable loud hum. And I'll go ahead and get that turned on. Actually, I'll get that turned off, get the TV turned on. Okay. And make sure, yeah, that's set to AV. Tilt that upward a bit, and we'll get to see the launch sequence, so to speak. Not that blue screen, but a real launch sequence. And get that thing turned on. And there you go. Texas Instruments home computer. Wonderful, beautiful 16 colors, I believe, there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a bit. Yeah, so you can see that pretty well. And I'll go ahead and press the any key to quote Homer Simpson. And we can see that you can load up TI Basic and also this personal record cartridge. I never had any other cartridges besides that. I really wish I had gone TI Extended Basic. And I should probably look for the final Grom 99 cartridge. Again, that it has an SD card slot, so you could load in ROMs of basically as many cartridges as you wanted. Okay, so load up TI Basic, and anyway, you get this prompt, and I could do something like 10 print. Let me use Shift key here. Oh, oops. Oh, function is what I wanted. Okay, so function to print hello 20 end. How? Oh, not that. Function, go back, not rubbing. Running, and there you go. And you also saw that the color of the screen changed. It's incredible how reliable this is. I had this sitting in a box for 10 years and it still works great. You could, I think there's a beep command. Oh, maybe not. And then also I should probably turn sound up on this so you can hear this, the noise it makes when there's an error. There you go. Yeah, so you can see that there's some sound feedback here. Let's see, so okay, so I've forgotten, might have been sound or might have been tone. Watch me playing around with this here. Oh. Yeah, it's amazing, even the... Okay, so I'll have to take a look at that later. But anyway, let's put in... let's go back and type in exit. Might have been buy. There we go. And yeah, you hear the startup tone. You can press any key again. And personal records. You see the entry to that. Copyright 1979, and that's loading up. Oh, this is fun. It's not Y2K compliant. Let's say it's 8 and what day? 29th already. 29 1922. Sure. Oh wow. I'll pretend it's a different time. Nope. And pretty much I don't know how to get out of this besides turning the machine on and off. Let's do enter 5. Press back when finished. Yeah, I'm not sure which back. Test 2. Yeah, so I'm not remembering more details of how to use that. Anyway, so that's just a little brief overview of my TI-99 4A. Hopefully I will get a cartridge expansion for this and be able to run more ROMs on here and also find a good solid state storage system. It's just nice to go back down memory lane and look at some fond memories of the machine that got me started in programming, albeit interpreted basic, and to share this with you all. Anyway, hopefully this video was fun to watch, and If you've used a TI-99 4A, or if you have some fond memories from long ago, please share them in the comments down below. And like and subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.